Girish, how did you like the performance? Master, I found that it was God Himself who was acting the different parts. Those who played the female parts seemed to me the direct embodiments of the blissful mother, and the cowherd boys of Golok the embodiments of Narayan himself. It was God alone who had become all these. There are signs by which you can know whether a man has truly seen God. One of these is joy. There is no hesitancy in him. He is like the ocean. The waves and sounds are on the surface. Below are profound depths. The man who has seen God behaves sometimes like a madman, sometimes like a ghoul, without any feeling of purity or impurity. Sometimes like an inert thing, remaining speechless because he sees God within and without. Sometimes like a child, without any attachment, wandering about unconcernedly with his cloth under his arm. Again, in the mood of a child, he acts in different ways. Sometimes like a boy, indulging in frivolity. Sometimes like a young man, working and teaching with the strength of a lion. Man cannot see God on account of his ego. You cannot see the sun when a cloud rises in the sky. But that doesn't mean there is no sun. The sun is there just the same. But there is no harm in the ego of a child. On the contrary, this ego is helpful. Greens are bad for the stomach, but hinche is good. So, hinche cannot properly be called greens. Sugar candy, likewise, cannot be classed with the other sweets. Other sweets are injurious to the health, but not sugar candy. So I said to Keshav, if I tell you more than I have already said, you won't be able to keep your organization together. That frightened him. Then I said to him, there is no harm in the ego of a child or the ego of a servant. He who has seen God finds that God alone has become the world and all its living beings. It is He who has become all. Such a person is called a superior devotee. Girish, smiling. Yes, God is everything. But the devotee keeps a trace of ego. That is not harmful. Master, smiling. Yes, there is no harm in that. That trace of ego is kept in order to enjoy God. You can enjoy divine bliss only when you make a distinction between yourself and God. The distinction between the servant and the master. There is also the devotee of the mediocre class. He sees that God dwells in all beings as their inner guide. But the inferior devotee says, God exists. He is up there. That is to say, beyond the sky. All laugh. When I saw the cowherd boys of Golok in your performance, I felt that God has become all. He who has seen God knows truly that God alone is the doer, that it is He who does everything.